Right before I start, I can tell you, I have already started crying. I am a crier. If I stop, just anyway. Let me put this. Let me not put that. As I said, I'm a little confused. um, this might just be my last time introducing myself here. So if you don't know me, my name is Shaniya Auxier. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm a graduate senior from Las Vegas, Nevada. Oh my gosh, I did not expect to get here, like at all. 3 weeks ago, I was telling people that April was never supposed to come, like ever. You might remember this because I was saying it a lot. April was a huge month for me and the completion of my senior honors thesis. I knew going into the fall semester that so much was scheduled to happen at the end of April, so I just never wanted to come because I never had to do it. Well, guess what? It's May! April came and went. I'm going to say that one more time because I really need to hear that. April came and went. Miraculously, we have survived the month, the semester, and the school year. If you know me for a little bit, you know that's nothing new. Some might claim I'm a little bit dramatic, maybe. So when I have a huge deadline or a ginormous workload due all around the same exact time, I act like it's the end of the world as I know it. Because it is! Up until that struggle is overcome, I have never had to face anything like it. Then, conquer it, get through it, and then turn around and get handed something new that pushes the envelope just a little bit further. This cyclic life experience doesn't look like it's going to end or disappear anytime soon. And as long as you stay enrolled here, you will continue to have to meet those increasing expectations that will match you as you learn and grow. So, there are a few things that I've picked up along the way that I'd like to share with you. So I invite you to come on a little trip with me that we might cry a little bit on. Before I moved in, my freshman year, I asked a friend of mine if I needed to bring a backpack to college. Her brother was attending university at the time, so I figured she'd be able to answer the question I'd been deliberating for weeks. She responded with what some of y'all might be thinking right now. How is that even a question? Looking back now, I'm like, of course you need a backpack. You're going to class, where you can put all your stuff. You fool. But it was an honest question that I didn't know the answer to. Like, genuinely. To give some context. It might be helpful to know I'm a first-generation college student, very soon to be graduate. But this wasn't common at all in my high school. So, when teachers tried to scare us about the realities of college and how we all need to grow up, they didn't mention the little details, like if college kids use backpacks, or if they use notebooks, or if I needed to bring a pencil. These were things that I just didn't know, and it became very clear that unless I asked, everyone assumed I already knew, because, kind of think, you're going to school, you're going to use backpacks. After rating me, like a close friend does, she answered, she said, don't you need a backpack? And normal school supplies. And then we moved on. Of course, this was just one example of a time where I didn't know something. But there were various things that each of us have no idea about. Being in college, I became very familiar with the notion of conventional wisdom. If you've never heard of this term, these are concepts and knowledges that are widely known, understood, and accepted. For example, it'd be like, brides wear dresses on their wedding day, or like, wear white on your wedding day, or like, exercise is good for you. Like, these are things people are widely familiar with, and we can all agree on. But there comes a time when what is a conventional wisdom to one person is completely new to someone else. What I learned is what I'm going to give you as a little action point. Challenge conventional wisdoms. What I mean by that is challenge the very notion that everyone is in agreement or in understanding of what's going on. There's nothing wrong with not knowing something, even when you feel like everyone else knows. Some of these things that we feel self-conscious or like embarrassed or not knowing are extremely preposterous. What I run into most often with people is them using vocab that I just have no shot of understanding, period, not at all. Sometimes it's because they're talking about something super niche with all their field-specific jargon, and sometimes it's just because they're of a different experience level than me. You know, maybe they have super advanced degree, while I'm still tinkering around in undergrad, playing. Either way, people are forgetting that what they perceive as a conventional wisdom, or what they think everyone will understand, is just not the case. And it's actually more of a dig on them than it is on you, because how did they get so high up that they're using fancy words that they forgot how to talk to normal people, or like different people, or like communicate with anyone in mass? In these situations, what I do, what I encourage you to do if you're comfortable, simply tell people when they say something that you don't understand. Challenging is as simple as that, I promise you. I've done it before. A mentor of mine once shared with me that sometimes you have to teach people how to teach a student like you. People honestly and genuinely think that what they're saying is being well received. They're not doing this to be mean to you. So, if it's not being well received on your end, you best believe you're not the only one, and then it's only to everyone's benefit that you remind them that not everyone has the same knowledge base or knows that cute vocab that they so kindly graced. We work and learn best when we can work and learn together. Fall 2021, the first completely virtual semester, if you don't remember, together was not really an option. Only during midweek union, which has been so cleverly renamed to midweek modules. I had a horrendous finals week that semester, kind of like how this week is looking for me, because of one surprise paper. This wasn't one of those, oh my gosh, I didn't check the syllabus, I have a paper. It was like truly, I just got an assigned, or I just got assigned an 8 to 10 pager, when I already had a 12, or 10 to 12 pager, a 5 pager. We had 2 exams. I had no idea how I was going to finish it all, like none. And I was hoping I would just combust from the onslaught of anxiety, and I just wouldn't have to do it. I'd be free from my responsibilities. But that did not happen. So I was forced to really reckon with how I was going to get everything that needed to be done. So naturally, came to mid-communion at the time, and I crowdsourced ideas. That's what I do. Instead of hearing ways to finish the work before the end of the week, though, I learned some other life-changing advice. What I'm going to share with you is that time will continue. Days will close, the week will finish, and deadlines will pass. Whatever is getting you today will be over, as determined by the constant nature of time. No matter what, you can count on the fact that time will whisk your worries away, and your current task will end at some point. You don't have to spend a bunch of time agonizing over how, as long as you trust that you will. By the due date, you will have either done the assignment, gotten an extension, or you'll decide that you'll turn it in late. And in case no one has told you this, all 3 of those options are good and acceptable. Even if you don't turn it in, period, it's fine. The deadline will come, and you will have found a way to manage it, somehow. Because there's no other choice. The time will pass, and you'll get there. Trusting in your own capability is probably one of the most helpful ways to actually finish all that you need to get done. Even when it all seems impossible, you will always pull through for yourself. To remind myself of this, during one of my most anticipated to be difficult times, I changed the lock screen image on my phone. It says, as you can see here, it's been here for like 9 months now. You're going to figure it out, like you always have. Just like how in your bright times, things work out, in your dark times, things will work out. Leaving press is less than ideal. I feel like I've shared so much of myself in my college journey here. I've connected with So many people spent an increasing amount of time in this building and have made memories that last. The community that we create here is more than a worship group that meets at this time on Sundays every week for a few hours. It's the way that we genuinely root for each other when we have big things going on. It's the way that we sob together when we wish big things weren't going on. Being a part of press, for me, has meant being a part of a community of support. And I really wish I could see right now. And although I'm leaving to continue my own cyclic journey, it doesn't feel like I'm going to be alone. Thank you.